Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, new reading. Let's just get right into it and see what this collective you are dealing with. So, what is this collective we're doing a reading for today, going through, dealing with within this moment of time? Okay, so we have the Divine Masculine card, and we have broken, and we have stressed. So you could be reflecting upon this, that within your divine masculine energy, we embody that energy. It doesn't matter if your vessel is male or female, right? We have the energy of that, the female and the masculine energy within us, right? And you could truly be reflecting upon some wounds within your masculine energy, and that is present within this moment of time. Or you are taking it to that person connected to you. We will have to see to get that confirmed, right? But the broken and the stress here. So a lot about being shattered, heartbroken and destroyed. I'm getting for a reason that something could have arrived to make this collective feel like that. And it puts you into a bit of stress, feeling that turbulence, the tension, maybe something to do with arguments as well, but at least the stress of the mind, right? A lot of thinking, maybe being a bit unsure about certain things. But what about that Divine Masculine card here? Emotional storm. So you could truly be thinking that someone is feeling like that, or again, you are within that reflection upon your masculine energy, right? You could be a masculine collective that is watching this reading, wanting certain answers, so to speak, but feeling truly an emotional storm. And it makes sense with the broken and the stress, right? That would be a storm to be in if something is making you feel like that. But I want to have that confirmed with the mind masculine here. And the conflict. And then we have the longing and the craving. I'm just going to get tarot for this just to see about that energy. That divine masculine energy that is present. Okay, so the Empress came out. So you would be feeling that collective. Don't make this fit. That would be you reflecting upon this. You could truly be thinking that this person is in an emotional storm when it comes to being in conflict, right? And it's making you feel broken. It's making you feel stressed. You're overthinking, over-processing when it comes to that divine masculine, right? You would be feeling, yes, an emotional storm when it comes to that. Also a lot of craving, like this card says, aching, right? Truly feeling that pain within your heart space when it comes to this. Maybe you're thinking that they're acting in your rights quite hot and cold, finding it hard to make a decision, right? And then we have the curse. And the apology as well. It's just doing my head in a bit, because for some reason, I am feeling that this could be a masculine collective watching this reading. And you're in a lot of conflict with yourself when it comes to making an apology here. Truly being in that emotional storm. And you could be reflecting upon this person, looking at them as an empress, right? Looking at them as someone who is just very drawing, calling you in. And that person connected to you could be within the right way, right? Quite motherly, being someone who takes care of the people he or she has around them, right? But embodying that energy, being quite magnetic, attractive, shining, right? Having that Empress glow. Again, I'm getting that feeling for a reason. And you feel that longing, that craving within them, but you are within conflict. Maybe you feel that this person, I don't know if it's stressing it a bit, saying that they have cursed you, but you could truly be feeling that because it's so hard to get out of that emotion within them. It's leaving you within a storm, right? Feeling broken, feeling stress upon this. And it would have to be doing with an apology. Some wanting to come forward, wanting to ask for someone's forgiveness, right? Saying sorry for something here. And that apology, my angels. Realizations. So there has been, right? Realizations, epiphanies, understanding, and awakenings here to something that would make you, this collective reflect upon this. And I'm sticking to it. I'm feeling that masculine energy, right? And something, I'm hearing that, so I'm going to say it, you could be reflecting upon having those realizations over is how you work within that wounded masculine energy. That shattered, that broken, that destroyed energy, and it left you within a lot of stress, a lot of turmoils, a lot of tension. And that is why there has been this conflicted energy. But you're coming into some sort of realization when it comes to stepping forward, apologizing here. And I feel that within me, you're truly wanting someone's forgiveness here. I have one more for that realization. Changing of one's perspective, right? This card says better off. I don't know about that. The happiness, the clear headspace, but all about perspective, right? So truly, you would have been diving in quite deep within yourself, sitting in that true reflection, understanding what went down here. Why was I feeling like this and like this, broken and stressed, right? It would have left you in a lot of conflict. And like I said, a true emotional storm. The broken and the stress, it's all about our emotions coming to the surface, right? Not really knowing how to calm that within us. And it could have made you act within a way quite hot and cold, but at least for yourself, back and forth within the process of thought, right? Not being able to think clearly, but you have had realizations, you have changed your perspective when it comes to something here, and you're wanting to apologize for that. And maybe that is the apology. Maybe that is the apology, right? And you could, wanting to come forward, talk about how you did feel cursed when it came to something here, connected energy, that you did feel maybe hexed or some kind of witchcraft within the background, right? Not knowing that this was all your emotions to clear out, right? How you have been longing and craving, how you have been within the process of thought back and forth. Do I come forward? Do I stay back? What do I do? I'm feeling this. I'm feeling broken and I'm feeling stressed upon it. I want one more for that broken there. So their beauty. And it does align with that Empress, right? Because she is that. She's very charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. She is embodying that energy. And seeing that within your person could truly, like it makes sense, have left you very broken, very shattered within your heart. And with a lot of stress as well. Maybe a lot of scarcity within the process of thought. Again, there's a reason why you would be feeling stressed upon this heartbreak, right? Yeah, the depth. Yeah, that word. But truly diving in deep, right? Things coming to your awareness, the importance and the values. So truly seeing that, right? Again, with the realizations you have truly been sitting in reflection upon, why am I feeling like this? I'm feeling very conflicted within my energy. Why is that? Why am I not able to see clearly? That broken and that stress is there for a reason. Why? Right? That longing, that craving, that aching within your vessel, like I said, a true pain within one's heart space, right? And looking at this person as so beautiful and kind-hearted, it would leave you even more broken for what you feel like apologizing for, right? What about that stress? The obsession. Yeah. So the infatuation, the adoration, and addiction to this, right? And that person, again, connected to an empress, your outlook collective, right? And maybe not feeling that you truly rest within that divine masculine energy, locked in, knowing what they want and how to get it, embodying that peace and that groundedness, right? But feeling more that broken masculine energy, feeling a lot of stress, a lot of turmoil, a lot of conflict. And it makes sense why you would be feeling that obsession, looking at that person of yours, like I said, as an empress. That grace, that beauty, that kind heart, that would be something you keep replaying within your mind when it comes to that person of yours. How they embody that energy. Maybe feeling a bit as well broken that you do not in this moment of time have access to that. What about that obsession? One more for that. The mistakes. So there would have been misunderstanding within this, and maybe it had to be doing with, well, how you guys speak together. And you were just misaligned. You didn't get where each other were coming from. It was all just a lot of hurt, right? And not being able to find that common ground. And maybe not even feeling that there was a space for that. I'm hearing that for a reason, that it was very hard to put down that woundedness, that ego in both of you, to truly come in and have open and honest communication. I'm hearing that for a reason. So don't make it fit. It would have been something you would have reflecting upon collective. And maybe you have felt a bit of that victim mentality, felt a bit lost within this connection again with the hot and cold here, and having those realizations over it. And that stress made me feel like this. I was stressed about being in that obsession, and I felt misunderstood. I felt a bit of a victim here. And if you then have been thinking that this person is doing this, that in the background for making you feel like that, could truly be wanting to apologize for that outlook, right? That was all within me and my emotions. A mistake. But having hope over it. Maybe that is something that has been stressing you as well. And that conflicted energy, right? Feeling very misunderstood, but still having a lot of hope, maybe a lot of expectation, trying to manifest this person as well. But they're sitting in that obsession. It doesn't benefit me. Again, needing to release that, needing to come into that center when it comes to that. Just like I tell the feminines, right? If it doesn't serve me, let it go. Don't hold on to it. Release it. Trust, surrender. And that could have been a realization of changing that perspective within your process of thought that you have come into, right? And then we have the peace and the balance on the bottom. It didn't come out, but then again, I'm saying that for a reason. Let's just get a bit further into it. It's not that often that divine masculine or masculines are watching readings. From what I'm seeing is more within the feminine field, vessel-wise, but that is quite intriguing to have a divine masculine here in need of a message. I think you could be opening up to a lot of news, not news, but new things within your life when it comes to that. But I want to see that person you're connected to within this moment of time. Okay. Okay. So we have the Six of Swords here, right? You could truly be thinking that they are moving on, that they are going towards calmer waters, right? And I think you want that as well when it comes to this, the reconciliation, the calm down, the smooth sailings. You're wanting to come forward with some kind of apology. It's in the process of thought. Have you made the decision 100% within this moment? I'm not sure. But it's brewing within you. That is what I'm feeling. And that Five of Cups, but in reverse, which is good, right? Having that hope, having that faith, having that within your system to wanting to rekindle something here, right? Having that acceptance when it comes to this needed to happen at some given point of time. And we did see that from the first spread. This was upright. Feeling a lot of loss, a lot of sorrow about the cups that were spilled, not seeing the cups in the background that is still standing. So truly being in that sadness, that loss, that grief within that energy, right? But it's in reverse right now, which is beautiful. And then we have the Death. Truly wanting to start anew here, right? Letting the past be in the past. Getting ready for a rebirth, that empowerment that would be coming into your vessel in this moment of time. This is also saying purified actions and transformation. And you would have been going through that, right? With sitting in the emotions and figuring out yourself, diving in deep within yourself and your vessel. Why am I doing what I am doing? What is the seed behind it, right? There could have been a lot of wounded energy within you that you weren't aware of. And that is why you did maybe a lot of projection onto that person when it came to your own wounds. And you how do you say that? You knew. That was the word. It's like up here, but you knew you needed to go in within yourself to figure that out, right? To come into awareness that with that and choosing to change your perspective, which is beautiful. Then we have the Seven of Cups. It talks a lot about that conflict within you, like I said, being very back and forth within your mind. There's a reason why I said I don't think you're coming truly into that energy of wanting to step forward, but it's brewing within you. Maybe you're finding it hard to know which cup to zip out from within this moment of time. A little bit of mind fog when it comes to this, not knowing completely how to process this, how to move forward when it comes to this. But let's see what is being paired with. That Six of Swords. And the Hierophant. That is big energy, my angel. So if you are truly coming into that by moving forward within that lens of the Six of Swords, knowing what you need to have in your boat. I was saying both for a reason, but in your boat, moving on to calmer land, moving on to calmer waters, navigating through the small waves that is within that, right? And I'm being bombarded right now with a lot of messages. Again, everything for a reason. But the Hierophant, upright. Again, that's big energy. He is such a spiritualist, right? He's very pure within his soul. He's also a teacher. And that could be something you're reflecting upon. Maybe it's something that you feel that you're meant to be doing. Maybe you give great advice to the people you have in your life. And that is something you're reflecting upon. And that people would seek you out to get your advice. But truly trusting within the knowledge, within the power of you and your team, right? Tapped in. That's beautiful energy. I want one more for that. The Hierophant. And then the Temperance. Maybe a bit more in reverse than upright, but we're going to put it sideways. If we're talking about it upright, it's all about having that neutral feeling within you, right? Being very neutral. And we see that you're not that within this moment. Do you have the ability to make it come upright? Of course you do, right? Of course you do. It's all about the energy being body. But you're still sitting in a bit of that emotional storm, not quite clear of it. And we see that as well, like I said, but you're getting there, which is beautiful. So be patient with yourself, right? But having that balance within one's vessel of one's emotions, being able to navigate through the storm, just like the Six of Swords is talking about. Being able to see clearly. If we see upon this, there's no clouds within the sky, right? There's no overthinking. There's clear determination. I'm going to go to the other land of this. I'm going to put my swords that I need and everything else I need within my boat. And I'm going to start this journey. I'm going to travel towards that island over there because I'm ready for it, right? Ready to come into more center, more balance. But having a lot of capabilities within oneself, right? Being calm, being peaceful, being pure within one's emotion. If we take it in reverse, it's more about, well, the other way around, feeling quite overwhelmed, right? Feeling that it is all too much, feeling a bit destroyed even, the obsession as well, and having a lot of impatience, having a lot of mood swings, being a lot of within a lot of inconsistency within oneself, right? Not being able to feel that balance that would be around you. Again, the Hierophant. You would have quite the spiritual powers. He is a spiritual mastermind. Let's be real. But you wouldn't be feeling that within this moment of time. Again, with that hot and cold, that conflict within you, I think you're failing, so to speak, get me right, to see that you truly can embody that energy right now. If you choose to step into that calm place within you, right? Choosing to believe what you have been seen, what you have been shown, and the wisdom you're coming into within yourself. I want one more for that. And the Eight of Wands. So all of that communication, like I said, I was just being bombarded with messages, everything for a reason. But about that communication, the Eight of Wands, it's all about a lot of positive things coming our way. And maybe you're not seeing that within this moment of time, but it truly is. It's all about good messages. It can be a lot of like love arrows coming from every direction, right? But a lot of good news, a lot of beautiful messages. It's all about stopping the delays as well. And again, having a lot of productivity, a lot of ideas, but very fast moving. So those realizations and that change of perspective, it would be stirring up something within this collective, right? I just want to get one more when it's about that. The Page of Swords. So we know for a fact that you have been obsessive, right? When it comes to connected energy, seeing them as the Empress, your outlook on it, collective. But you would be seeing a lot, right? We know he is a card of embodying that energy lurking within the background, looking in. I think you're stepping a bit out of it, if I'm being honest, not truly relying on it wholeheartedly. Again, you're sitting in that, coming into that, embodying that energy, and that is major. Again, that divine masculine energy is in the present that you are in within this moment of time. So I can see that you would still be doing that all day, every day. Maybe it comes over you just wanting to check in. But if I'm being honest, I feel like it's more has to be doing with you, not connected energy. That you have a deep insight, and you would have as the Hierophant, right? Having a very sharp mind, being very strong-willed, and being able to stand on top of that hill looking out, finding out where do I go, right? Because you want to get to calmer waters. You want to travel on from all the chaos, all the conflict, wanting to find peace. And that could be truly something that you are starting to practice, put into practice within all areas of your life. I want peace. I want calmness. I do not want emotional storms. I do not want to feel anything of the sort, right? I want to find that stillness within all areas of my life, which is beautiful. Truly releasing all of that chaos, all of the things that does not serve me, that is leaving me within stress and mind ache. It is not for me at this moment of time. I need to release that. I need to feel centered, and I need to do what is right for me, right? Truly embodying that masculine energy, knowing where to go within one's life. What about the Five of Cups in reverse here? The Page of Cups. So when it comes to the hope, right, the rekindling that you would be sitting in, restoring that old relationship, it could be something here to do with a small offer, wanting to give someone your cup, so to speak, right? But gentle emotions. An important message as well. It could be within social like events. I'm hearing that for some reason. Maybe you will be seeing that person out and about, and I don't know, that will stir up within you. Maybe that's something to come. Again, I'm hearing that for a reason. And then I'm just being drawn to it. Says yes here. Can you see that? I haven't noticed that before. Could be something, but truly feeling that attraction, that warmth, right? That love that this is. And he is a bit like, he's not the best, let's be real, when it comes to presenting something with love. But again, paired with the Hierophant, it makes me feel more calm when it comes to that. It's more within the smaller offer, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? Get what I'm saying? But he can be a bit young and foolish. Maybe you have quite the age gap when it comes to connected energy. But let's see, when it comes to that Page of Cups, the Star, That's beautiful. That's good. So truly having a lot of inspiration, good fortune, optimism. I'm just going to cover her because she is naked within the picture, right? On that star. And it would be a wish fulfillment as well that you're reflecting upon. It's also a lot about being confident within oneself, again, with the trusting, the belief. And we see that with the Hierophant. It's beautiful energy. Having that wisdom. And you are truly coming into that. Again, that realizations, that awakening. And you could have been going through yet another awakening within yourself, right? We go through multiple within our journey. It's not just one awakening to this journey. It's multiple that keeps coming throughout our whole life. It's never with an end stop within mind, right? It's throughout our whole life that we keep evolving, and thank God for that, right? It would be so sad if you only got to go to one stop and it was like, you're done. This is throughout our whole life. And how beautiful is that? It's a journey within ourselves and the life we get to live. Always learning something new. And you could truly have been tapping into that. You know, craving wisdom, craving knowledge when it came to your journey, your spirituality. Why am I feeling all of this? What is it that I'm able to do with that? And where do I go? Truly wanting to get into that awareness within you. It's coming to my mind for a reason. So loving that journey, right? Loving what you have been shown, what kind of wisdom you are gaining. And making that, getting that feeling, of that empowerment within you when it comes to that. This is beautiful. What about the death? So the moon. The moon talks a lot about the things that are hidden, right? Not that it has to be doing with anything negative. A lot of people often think that when you say hidden, but it could be within ourselves, right? Maybe you didn't see yourself as that for quite the time. And that is something that you needed to go through, that rebirth within you, putting something to rest that is not serving to come into new energy, right? And it could truly have been sharpening your intuition, which would make sense with the Hierophant here as well, right? Having a lot of dreams as well. And I find a lot of people that are coming into more understanding within themselves and their spiritual journey. You had quite the prophetic dream state. You're seeing a lot of things, you're gaining a lot of wisdom, you are coming into a lot of understanding about yourself and remembering those dreams as if you lived them, right? It's so profound. It's like living another life, but within your dream state, within the things that you are finding out that is coming to your awareness. Again, for a reason, I'm deviating about that. And also about the change, this card says, and the mystique, so to speak, within that. And maybe you are feeling that you are embodying that kind of energy, but maybe also connected to you, again, with that Empress that you are feeling you are connected to. You would be seeing your person within that glow of an Empress, right? Which is beautiful. If we take it more within the negative lens, it's about the confusion, about the trickeries, about the lies, about the fear and the sorrow. And to be honest, you have been within a lot of that energy, but truly letting that be with the death here, letting that ending come in, stepping out of that, right? And I think you're still within that process a bit with the 7 of Cups here, but it would be interesting to see what that is paired with. But I just want to get one more for the moon here. The King of Swords. So again, truly leaving that behind. Maybe you have been quite strict, so to speak, with the way you have presented. Having the urge within you to be quite controlling when it came to a situation here, right? That needed to go through a rebirth. You, your energy, yes, but also within what is connected to you. You would be quite intelligent, and we see that with the Hierophant as well. He is that, right? and having maybe a lot of authority, a lot of obligation. But you could have been very cutthroat within a process that you were in, that you needed to put to rest. And maybe it was towards a lot of people within your life needing truly to stand on business, so to speak, being very clear within your determination. What is it that I want within my life? This is not serving me. I'm letting that go. If you want to live your life like that, you do that. You do that. It's not for me. I want something else. Again, the Hierophant is there for a reason. He sees, right? Not with these, but with this. Trusting within the higher power of himself. Truly letting oneself be guided by the higher power we are connected to. This is good. This is good. But you're not letting that rule you anymore. You're stepping into more wisdom. And again, more center. And you're coming into even more with the Temperance being sideways here. What about that Seven of Cups? The Empress. So maybe you're thinking you have left that person feeling like that. Maybe it's not so much you are coming out of that. But truly be thinking that there's a lot of choices here. Maybe you feel like they have a lot of choices. And that could be something that is a bit, I think you're coming out of it again. But there's a reason why I say everything. That could have been a fear of yours with the Moon here as well. If you as well have been quite hot and cold, or not hot and cold, but very clear about what you have communicated, maybe been hiding within your own right certain things that needed to come to an end. Maybe you didn't feel like letting that person in upon your grievances within your life, right? But maybe you left them in that state, feeling quite conflicted, feeling that there are so many choices, I do not know which one to take. You could be feeling that due to that they embody that energy, they would have a lot of choices as well represented to you. Not to you, to them, sorry. A lot of thoughts, a lot of wishful thinking. But I want one more for that. The Nine of Cups, when it comes to their wish fulfillment. So you could truly be reflecting upon how you have left this with this collective. Not this collective, you collective, how you have left this when it came to your person connected energy. Maybe you knew for a fact that they were seeing you as a wish fulfillment, but what you have made them feel is that they have a lot of options, a lot of choice. It's making sense in my mind. So I believe for the right collective, this would make sense as well. And I think it goes both ways, that you think that you have left that person in that, but you would also be reflecting upon they would have a lot of options. Again, seeing them as that Empress energy, right? They are a wish fulfillment. Who wouldn't want that within one's life? That grace, that kind-hearted, that beauty, the way they are within the life, right? They would be embodying that nurture, that very beautiful, secure, stable energy that you want to build with, right? And you truly could be seeing them having that clear determination when it comes to their Nine of Cups, choosing their happiness. They could be very abundant when you look at them, right? Being very comfortable, and they would be embodying that Empress energy. I just want one more when it comes to that. But then the Six of Cups. Feeling a lot of nostalgia, right? It's, yes, I say that as well. It's the kind of perceived, that's the Twin Flame card within Tarot. Truly rekindling a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia. And then just being drawn to that. It says here, recalling childhood. I'm not sure it's within that lens. It seems like you would have been, do you say two peas in a pot together? You would have been quite having that childlike spark, brought that out with one another. You could have been quite goofy around one another. It came to my mind for a reason. But having that sincere talk as well, getting together, a warm reunion. I think you're hoping for this, but maybe you as well are hoping that that person still feels that this twin flame, that pull, that energy connected to you is still within that lens. I want one more for that. The World. So coming into a new cycle, right? A completion. The end of an old journey. Having that full circle moment. A lot of success here as well. But completion. I think you're hoping for that this would come into a full circle moment. And it would make sense, again, you're wanting to apologize for a reason about what has been going on. Wanting to get quite clear about what is your intentions, right? Towards that person. So let's just see when it comes to how connected energy is viewing this. So if we're looking at connected energy to this masculine, so connected energy to this collective, watching, looking, how are they reflecting upon this connection? Okay. So it's quite similar in a way. They have as well have realization upon this. Again, that curse card. Maybe there has been something there. You're both in reflection of it. It could be a true mirrored connection. And they are coming into awareness as well. They are diving in deep to themselves as well when it comes to this. And having realization and understanding upon it as well. That's beautiful. And that is good. When it comes to the time and the conflict, maybe this person has been feeling that they have been waiting for quite some time here. That this has been taking a lot of time, a lot of waiting, a lot of cycles here. That led to a lot of conflict. Maybe not towards you, but within them. Truly trusting, surrendering to the state of believing what is meant to be is meant to be. I am not in control of this. I'm surrendering to the higher powers of it. It's not the timing of one's ego, it's the divine timing of things, right? It could have led to a lot of conflict here. And maybe as well towards you, if that person has expressed that, right? But feeling maybe you're quite incompatible within a lens of that due to the time. We do not want the same thing in the same time, but then again, trusting within that divine journey, right? But they could have had a hard time about that, but they're coming into understanding, awakening, realizations when it comes to that, which is good. It gives me that sense of this person is truly coming into that surrendering state. What is meant to be will always be, right? I am not in control of that. I need to just surrender and be, trust, have faith, believe, right? Just like you are. What about that curse? Oh, so the pain. So just like you, collective. And again, you could be true mirrors within your soul because it's a lot about the same energy you do embody. They are also reflecting upon this pain that this has caused them. Maybe feeling quite afraid, having a lot of caution over it when it comes to that energy. It's also sets negative mind here. Maybe it's more within that than it is to do with the hex and the witchcraft. But again, it's there for a reason and you both would be reflecting upon it, right? And then we have the one day. So someday, somewhere, another time. I want one more for that. When it comes to the curse, the one day, the exhaustion. So like I said, they're truly surrendering, releasing. Stop giving that their focus. Just having the understanding this was meant to be. And it all had to happen for a reason. And I may not know the reason, but one day I will have that understanding. I'm trusting, I'm surrendering. It's too exhausting. Again, it's taking me out of my peace and my center to focus on it. So I'm just going to release it. It's exhausting, it's depleting, draining. It has been a long journey, and they could have been trying to figure that out for the longest time. But again, taking them out of their peace and their center. So again, having that realization, I'm releasing that. I'm choosing to go in deeper to myself and ask myself, why is it that I find the need to have those answers? And then release it, right? This is good. The death. When it comes to loyalty, but trusting, reliable, believable, and chemistry. This is good. This is good. So they're truly coming into more awareness about that. And maybe they didn't see where your loyalty lay. Again, we had the moon there for a reason. That could have truly been hidden from your guys, for both of you, right? So not having that external validation, but truly coming into center, believe, and trust when it comes to you, your journey, individually, right? But they would be diving in deep, having that awareness about the loyalty here, how this is all worth trusting. This is very reliable. I believe it, right? The chemistry, the attraction, the spark, the passion. And this is good. And then we have the last thing that is not the best. And I'm plugging a bit within my throat chakra. But a lot about sexual energy. I guess the chemistry talks about that as well, but maybe that is something they're becoming aware of as well. Maybe it has felt quite forbidden. Maybe they have felt that this was very non-committal. It was all about sexual energy, but again, diving in deep within themselves when it comes to that. I just want one more for that. Lusting. Oh, the fantasy. The daydreaming, the imagining, the fantasizing. So that would be something they then have been telling themselves, right? But I also am getting that pull they could have felt towards you. They were putting it more within that sexual energy, just thinking, it's all just up here. It's me and my mind. Again, that moon is there for a reason, to truly put a veil over your guys, right? To truly making you reflect and see and understand. Trusting your intuition. And that could have been a lesson for both of you, right? Yeah, due to the silence, like I say. So due to the silence here, the no words, the stone wall, like I said, you could have been quite King of Swords towards them, like you would have been to other people within your life. Being very clear about your boundaries. Maybe have been, and that is something you're finding yourself wanting to apologize for. Sorry, that was something there. But truly you're wanting to apologize for that, because like I said, with that moon, they didn't see that, right? What has been going on behind the scenes. So therefore maybe finding it hard to trust due to the time, due to the cycles that would have left them in all of that conflict within themselves, and maybe brought that to your table as well. Hoping to get answers, but in that silence of they were met with. They have felt for quite the time that this was just a fantasy, right? It was all brought into the lens of lust. Maybe they didn't think it was more within that. Maybe this person is just, it's very non-committal. It's all just sexual energy. It's all just a fantasy. I have been met with this, but again, in this moment of time, they're having realizations. They're diving in deep to themselves to see that is not the case. There's a lot of loyalty here. And there's a lot of chemistry, a lot of spark, a lot of passion. So the releasing, the letting go, the moving on, and the walking away, but only you. I think that's what they're releasing. And that outlook, right? That this was not meant to be. Only you. They're coming into that awareness, right? There is a lot of devotion and a lot of crave as well, just like you had. Again, it could be true mirrored souls here. But let's, like we did for you, main collector, we're gonna do connected energy when it comes to tarot. Okay, need to see if I can speed up a bit. So again, we're just gonna tap in a bit further when it comes to that connected energy to main collective. What are their reflections and thoughts when it comes to this connection? The Temperance upright. So they embody that energy that you are coming into, collective. They're having a lot of balance within them, right? Truly coming into that peace and center within themselves when it comes to this dynamic, this connection, right? Having a lot of compassion, being able to find compromise within the situation, being very calm, very peaceful, choosing the pure within one's soul. That's beautiful. And then we have the Two of Wands, again, sideways. If we put it upright, it talks about more within the achievement, right? Planning for the future. Where do I want to go? What is it that I am seeing? Maybe something again to do with travel here. As well with the growth, right? Wanting success. He's standing there with the world in her hand, and you did have the world coming into that completion. That could be something there as well that they're reflecting upon, wanting to have that world. If we take it in reverse, it's all about the delay, the lack of activity, right? A lot of disagreement. And we did see that, but again, they're coming into that awareness. It's not quite upright within this moment of time, but again, coming into that. So just like you, they are in the process of this. Overall energy. Oh, this is good. Oh, I really like this reading. It's very cute. It's really cute. The Six of Swords upright and the Six of Cups, so 6, and the Lovers. This is cute. So again, wanting to sail on to smoother waters, you're so mirrored with what you're going through and your reflection about this dynamic and what you want, right? Feeling that nostalgia, the rekindling, all of the memories, but it would be within the good memories in this moment of time. And I'm seeing that wanting to make new memories as well. Just some kind of a country song coming to mind, but I can't pinpoint it. But the Lovers, the relationship, right? True soul connection. coming into that understanding. And you didn't get that, but we did. That is cute. So what are they coming in to Temperance with here? The Knight of Swords. So I think they lack, like we said, with the time. Maybe they are thinking this, I'm seeing a turtle, maybe they are thinking this has been like such a long time waiting, you know? But really thinking, there's no forward movement, but also a lot about endurance, right? That there needed to be a lot of endurance to come into that Temperance, not feeling the need to rush anything. And with the Three of Pentacles, wanting to build that stable, secure, wanting to create a masterpiece, and that takes time, right? It's not a process to be rushed. But maybe they embody a bit of that energy of, how do you say that in English? Being a bit of a restless soul, having a hard time just sitting in stillness, being very much of a doer, right? Wanting things done. When they think of it, it's like, it should have been done yesterday. You know, that energy. That could be something you remember about this person. It's coming to my mind for a reason. And the Eight of Cups, yeah, they needed to leave that behind. So they needed to walk away from this, from a time being, right? To truly choosing to leave the cups behind that does not serve. And that is painful. And I did get that with a lot of pain, right? But having the Temperance over it, that's beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It means that they're truly trusting. They truly have peace within their vessel when it comes to this. I needed to do that. I needed to leave all of those cups behind because they were not serving me. That confusion, right? All of that pain. I need to let it go. It doesn't serve me. So I'm releasing it with strength. That's beautiful. Because it is very painful. It's one of the most painful cups. One of the most painful cards within the deck. Like the Ten of Swords, 10 daggers within your back. It's leaving behind what you do not want to, but you need to, for the sake of yourself, right? And your own peace, your own calm. And they brought them a Temperance. So the lack of movement, the lack of building something here when it came to the Three of Pentacles, right? Working together, figuring things out. They needed to leave that, to come into that Temperance. Having that true belief, understanding, and choosing peace within me. I'm choosing to have the outlook. What is meant to be will always be. I'm choosing to sail off to those calmer waters. That's beautiful. What about the Two of Wands sideways here? The Two of Wands. The Chariot. Again, sideways. So the Chariot upright is more within having that determination, knowing where to go. And maybe that's something they're questioning a bit within this moment of time. Where is it that I'm going? What do I want? Not being completely clear about what the future entails for them in this moment of time. Maybe they're waiting for something here. I'm getting that for some reason. But it would be a bit of a burden in this moment of time. Maybe they are also coming in again to releasing that. They're coming into more understanding, awakening, diving deeper within themselves. That they don't need to carry this heavy load. They can release that. There's no pressure when it comes to that. That could be something, again, they're shifting out of then. But Nine of Wands. But they are a bit protective of themselves, right? A bit guarded. They could be a bit on the high alert in this moment of time when it comes to this, the future. It's all about fighting for yourself, right? I just want one more for that. So the Knight of Cups, that offer, maybe something is coming in, a new experience. But like I said, he's a bit of a smooth criminal. He is quite the Casanova. Maybe they're afraid that you are coming in that lens, not quite knowing, again, what does the future entail here? Having a bit of a scarcity mind when it comes to this, which is not the best, let's be honest. It doesn't quite align with that temperance there. But again, they could be truly releasing that because they are coming into more awareness. I can't see why this would still be present within the energy, having that scarcity. Maybe that's something, again, they're moving on from, but they're within that process. Does it make sense? How they felt slave, how they felt captive, how they felt that they couldn't get out of this. Choosing to release that. Again, temperance upright. I can't see how they would be within that energy. I can't see how there would be. But it has to be doing with that breakup, right? That separation. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see how they would be able to come into that temperance energy knowing that they are coming into awareness, they're diving in deep within themselves when it comes to that pain. Could they be going over this within this moment of time, that how all of this was causing them to think and feel within that lens? Definitely. But I don't see how they would be embodying that energy within this moment of time. I'm gonna be honest. We know that they are leaving behind what does not serve, right? They chose that to gain their temperance. So I don't see how they would still be embodying that energy. Again, I'm thinking they're in the process of truly moving on for that, not letting the past dictate the present and the future, but maybe still being a bit unclear about what does that entail. Not having that fixed outlook on it. And I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing. Maybe they're viewing their life in this moment of time as quite the open book. Being more within, again, that temperance energy. What comes, comes. I'm not stressing, I'm not worried. I'm choosing that peace and that center for myself. I'm not in control, I'm just letting myself be guided. Just like the Six of Swords. Let's get one from that. The Six of Swords. Oh. So when it comes to, again, filling up their cup, choosing that love, that stability, that dependence. But they could have been holding on for quite some time. Not going to take all of these to the justice. To choose, not choosing, but let it say that for a reason. Maybe they were choosing to hold on to this outlook, that there was something sneaky with the Seven of Swords going on within the background that they did not know. Again, we know for a fact the moon was within your energy. It was there for a reason, but they could have been holding on to that for quite some time. But the Ace of Cups landed here on the Six of Swords. So all about the breaking free from things, again, that does not serve, but truly knowing how to fill up your cup. What kind of things I want to be put in my cup to have that overflowing of love for life, for myself, for my journey, from where I'm going, right? But a lot of deep thinking as well. It's a lot about love and happiness, right? Peace, again, with the temperance, truly wanting to move forward to that. All of the other things needs to go, right? It's not serving me. And then we have the Hierophant. So just like you, collective, main collective watching, and they would be as well having that true connection to spirit. The sun. Oh, there's a naked baby on there. I'm sorry. The sun. And the Ten of Pentacles. But trusting in that. Truly having that faith that this could lead to something beautiful. Trusting within that wisdom, the inner knowing that this could lead to something very, very beautiful. Releasing that longing for the time, the ego making itself present now. It will come within the right timing. Then we have the World at the bottom. What about that Six of Cups here? The Two of Cups. Six of Wands. Kind of don't know what that wants to go. It feels like it should be more upright, if I'm being honest. Because it seems like they would be viewing this as more as an accomplishment, right? Within the right lens. That this would lead to true victory, true fulfillment of one's soul, right? It would be something good to hold on to. It's all about the good news as well. Feeling like you've been touched from the high heavens, right? But the Two of Cups here. A lot about harmony, reconciliation, the romance, the friendship, the partnership. And then we have the Devil. I'm just a bit curious about him. That was the Knight of Wands, but he didn't come out. Okay, so maybe they are still a bit back and forth what they're finding out. But maybe they're a bit, it's coming to my mind for a reason. Maybe they're a bit fearful about making delays here. And that weakness, it says here on the card, is just standing out to me. I'm gonna say it. I'm hearing that what this connection could do to me. And I find it again with that Nine of Wands, right? Being very protective of oneself. Maybe they're truly scared about what this as well will entail when it comes to that future. If they have been finding it very hard to get out of that pull, that longing, that pain, and they are coming into that energy within themselves or truly releasing that. Maybe being a bit scared about, will this just take me 10 steps back? Am I able to rest in that energy? Have I learned enough to be able to embody that temperance when it comes to this connection? Maybe also reflecting upon that manifestation. It never did came, so is it trustworthy? Am I able to truly surrender and believe in a way within it? I just want one more for that. But the Queen of Cups over it, that is beautiful. Trusting the intuition. Having that sixth sense, right? Choosing the empathy, the gentleness, the mysterious as well, right? Being very spiritual. So you would be connected to someone who is that. Who is very spiritual, very tapped in, quite gifted. But they're choosing to go within. Just like we did in the beginning with the awareness, right? They're choosing the gentleness. They're choosing to believe in their intuition, in their sixth sense, not questioning this. Is it a seed within them? Yes. But when that comes over them, they go into Queen of Cups. That's beautiful. That's good. Is it still a process here? I guess it is. But again, I like that what they're going into with the Queen of Cups. They're not pushing that away, right? Not only you, that devotion, the loyalty. They're choosing to believe in that. That is good. What about the Lovers here? The strength, just like we said it. So they're choosing not to have strength when it comes to your guys' connection, the bond that they feel towards you, right? That's beautiful. The power, the inner strength, the patience, the gentle force, the highest that of the self-discipline. They're truly stepping into that, of embodying that self-discipline, right? And they would be coming into more, again, the Charlotte, I was about to say, the Chariot. He's all about that, of determination, right? Of having ambition and truly choosing to lock in. That was beautiful. Where do we go from here? I just want to see a bit when it comes to these cards. The universe, about this connection, what collective would need to understand, see, and hear. You are about to shine, this card says. Calm your power. Okay. And then the illusion. What about that calm your power? I just want one more for that. Oi. Service. So you truly could be, again, like I said, the abundance. So truly collective, watching main collective within this reading, not Hierophant, that power, that wisdom you're coming into. Don't stress upon it. Believe it. You are meant to serve within this world with your spiritual gifts. That's big. That's major energy. A lot of abundance, like being on your path, shining, truly. And maybe it's something you're finding it hard to believe, like I said, with that illusion, but breaking free from that. And that is major. That illusion, I want one more for that. Evolving into your completely. And like I said with that, he doesn't see with these, he sees with this. The Hierophant, right? Those eyes could be closed. He does not see with them. He sees with this, the third eye. Look at that octopus. You could be embodying that energy of an octopus right now. I want to give you one of these. Oh. And there was the Swan card here. Maybe that's a sign for you with swans. Universe, how do you see main collective shining right now? How do you see them shining? The horse. That is beautiful. And I split it to a turtle. Again, that could be a sign as well. But the momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within this deck. It provides us with momentum, so relatable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we honor and collect our energy through daily practices, physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus meditation are the secret weapons behind the horse legacy. Well in balance achieves everything and never gives up. You are coming into that collective. Again, they're seeing you shine like this within this moment of time. You need to believe it. It's not an illusion. It is real. Believe. Like that energy. Calm your powers, my angel. Believe it. You're feeling it for a reason. This is exciting. I want one more. How universe is seeing main collective shine. Are you kidding me? The tiger? This is exciting. Where he at? Where he at? Where he at? Okay, so the tiger, right? Lunar force is in darkness, feminine energy. So I'm finding that balance between masculine and feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness and allowing the lunar force to smooth and heal our spirit. Sensuality, how do you say that? Receptivity. Do you say it like that? Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you do. However, and devoting are all high hints in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening. Drink in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the silence except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, and sensual. That is beautiful. I just want one more. Oh, the bee. Bee could be significant. What is that? The unicorn! Are you kidding me? What is this reading? This is major. This is wild. Like, what do you mean? The unicorn. Oh my God. But reconnecting to higher wisdom and divinity collective. This is major. Oh my God, believe. The difficult to see, hear, or think is a unicorn without immediately question if it's real. Did they even exist? Perhaps long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulated our revering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about the higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn cards appear and wake us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inacceptable. The mind's eye know that there is something beyond our day-to-day life, a deepening dimension in our experience. The mind's eye reaches and searches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn and you have begun your quest for answers. And I did say that you would be finding yourself diving in deep within, wanting to understand, wanting to learn, what is this, what is that, why am I feeling like this, what does that mean? Again, finding a lot of things out within your journey, about to shine collective, and being at service. I'm feeling called to read that service card. Number 14, again, significant number. It signals that blessings are approaching through your selfless acts. Dedicate yourself to some sort of service to another. Your act of service will be felt and noticed. Success will follow. Seeing eye dog medicine is to help yourself by helping another. So truly helping someone here, some people. It can be multiple, right? It would be a lot of things within you. I just want to read that, not unicorn, sorry. I did say that for a reason. The octopus as well. Number 3. Oh, this reading is long. This is just, it took a turn. It teaches us about the difficult journey towards the evolution of a higher self, who is our true self. This card represents the moment of sprouting, the seed ripping open to blossom into what has always been destined to come. This may not be an easy or a comfortable moment. The fortitude of octopus is needed there. See the test, and even if you are shaking, yell out the words, I will keep going. See the limited belief on your knees, crying and screaming, I will still keep going. See the loss of something special with a shattered heart and profess, I will keep going. And you must have been doing that. Like telling yourself that I keep going. I keep continuing. I'm not stopping. You would have said that to yourself. I feel that for a reason. I'm going to keep going. All avenues will be faced with limitation, difficulties, and tests. Instead of resisting the how do you say that? Not invincible, the inevitable. I feel like I'm saying vegetable for some reason. Can't say that word. Oh my goodness. You will just have to bear with me. Oh my God. You know what word I mean. I'm pretty sure. But the hardship, accept them for what they are. Catalysts for growth into a much more complex and profound version of yourself. Oh my God, this reading, this is exciting. What you're coming into, my angel, with that Hierophant. Exciting. However, this reading has been very long reading. But it needed to be. I quite enjoyed myself during this reading, I must be honest. However, we're just gonna finish this off by getting you a message from your divine team, what they want to say to you in this moment of time. I'm just gonna do 3. Okay. You are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thought and feeling that don't feel good. Focus all your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. You wouldn't plant a seed. I love this card. You wouldn't plant a seed and then dig it up every few minutes to see if it has grown. So why do you keep questioning yourself, your hard work, and your decisions? Have patience. Stop overthinking and keep watering your seed. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, standing your ground and push back, believing in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. That is beautiful, collective. You're coming into such a magical time. Oh, I'm very excited for you. I know if you're able to feel that. I think that your heart's all over this reading. You're just going to do angel numbers that is significant. to this collective. Oh, where did that go? 1 and 11, 5. We have 2, 7, 6, 15. What was the other? Where did it go? Oh my god, I don't know where it went. It disappeared. I have no idea where it went. Just 1 second, I'm gonna have a look. Where did it go? Oh, there it was. That was 5. So 5, 5, 5. Ooh. 5, 5, 5. 111 or 111. 2, and this actually says 2, 2, 2. So 2, 2, 2 as well. And then we have another 6 here. Not another. We have a 6 here and a 7. Must be significant numbers. States something that you're seeing in your day-to-day life, right? And then we're going to do initials, spelling out a message or initials of you, connected energy, something specific here. Write them down and see what you're getting, right? E-T. H T T V D I S H V B Y Q C B Y D Y W K S A W Z X J Z C C D Z I M E F R P F P I B C N F X I Y M O X Q H I P K B A F Y O Q K I P. Again, see what kind of message you are getting out from the initials, my angel. There would be a message in there for you. That, my angel, were the reading for today. So thank you so much for tapping in, for tuning in and listening. And I will see you another day, another time in another reading. Bye, my angels. Bye.